Yeah,
The recording.
yeah. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Welcome aboard. A very warm welcome to the meeting number 28 of the Gabbys Toastmaster Club. I am Toastmaster Isha, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. As a Sergeant at Arms, it is my duty to highlight some of the key points for the meeting. The meeting is scheduled for 2 hours. I urge all of you to stay for the entire duration of the meeting to get maximum benefit out of it. Your video should be on, your audio should be off. Unmute yourself when you are called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on it on speaking about these topics, at the Gabbys, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self confidence and personal growth. Now, I would like to introduce our Toastmaster, our presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Samita Kar. She is a 3 times Triple Crown award winner. Toastmaster Samita has completed 3 pathways and is regularly representing her club at the area level contests. She is a dynamic soft skills trainer with a dream to empower women leaders. She boosts confidence, communication, and careers. An avid storyteller and passionate traveler, her suitcase is full of stories from bathing elephants in Sri Lanka to exploring the ruins in Nalanda. Over to you, Toastmaster Samita Kar.
Thank you so much. Let's hear it for the Sergeant of Arms, Toastmaster Isha. What an energetic start. Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome to the first meeting of Gappys in this new year. Now, I urge everyone, please be on camera and rename yourself. If you are a role taker, you are a guest, or you are a visiting Toastmaster. We would love to see you. Yes, can I see some cameras being put on? Okay, there we go. Our general evaluator, our speaker, and our VP education. We all are on camera. Thank you so much. Well, this is the meeting. We all are looking forward. What is the first meeting all about? And first, let me introduce you to our new team members. We have an all women's team this time. So, clapping for us. We have the president, truly yours, our VP Education, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, VP Membership, Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal, VP PR, Toastmaster Prapurna, Secretary Toastmaster Malti, and Secretary CA Toastmaster Swati Gupta, and SAA. You have just heard Dr. Toastmaster Dr. Isha Roy. So this is our new team. And please, all the visiting Toastmasters or guests, please stay back till the end and we will definitely ask you how did you feel about the meeting. I can't see any guests today, so I'll continue. A quick information about the Toastmasters International. This is a non-profit organization, 100 years old, and this platform was started by Dr. Ralph S. Spenley, and it has helped millions of people to become more confident communicators, public speakers, and leaders. What is best about this club is that it is learn by doing program. You do everything, you learn, you implement, and you grow. And Toastmaster has introduced something very new recently, and we will be talking about it. Since I am the presiding officer and the Toastmaster of the day, let me put on the Toastmaster of the day hat and continue with this meeting. Now, today's theme is about what's new in Toastmaster. We all know we have to give speeches, we have to evaluate, and the interesting table topics are there. What's new? Can anyone unmute and tell me what is new in Toastmasters? Anything new that has been added to the paths? Anything new that we have to speak about? Okay, let me tell you. If you are new and you're starting your path, or if you have already completed a path and you're starting a new path, first thing you need to do is you need to start off with a table topic. As a table topic speaker, you will be given the topic, and that quick thinking helps you develop your communication skills. And then you can give your icebreaker speech, followed by evaluating a speech. You are wearing a different hat altogether, where you are evaluating someone else, and then you take up the most difficult role, that is the timer. Throughout the meeting, you are busy observing people and timing them. You learn what it is about timings, followed by our counter, which we often say but don't realize in our real life. And that makes you a very active listener. Before I tell you more about that, let me introduce you to someone who will be keeping an eye over the meeting. That is our general evaluator. He's a network engineer at Walmart. He loves solving complex connectivity problems by day and hitting the road for a run or a bike ride after office hours. We have seen him, how passionate he is, and how he talks about bike riding and the different accessories regarding bikes. Whether exploring new routes or meeting new people, he is always up for a good conversation. Please put your hands together and welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Day, for that wonderful warm welcome. So, as as our Toastmaster Day said, I'll be the general evaluator for today, and my job is to keep a close eye on how the meeting goes, and what are the good things we did, and what are the area of improvement that we can do. But this is a tedious job, and I can't do this by myself. So I have a tell team with me, starting off with the timer. And today's timer will be yeah, Toastmaster Chaitra. So before I tell what time it is, let me introduce Toastmaster Chaitra to you guys. Just a minute. Yeah. Toastmaster Chaitra is a compliance lawyer at Moray Global and a professional Kathak dancer whenever she can steal a moment. She's also bird watcher, a proud mother of a beautiful newborn daughter, Olive, who has joined her lively crew alongside Newton and Leo. Let me welcome Toastmaster Chaitra. Toastmaster Chaitra, can you tell what a timer does? Could you also please display the timer cards while you do it as well?
I can do that. Thank you so much, Rahul. So, thank you, everybody, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening again. Today, I think I'm pleasantly responsible of being your timer. My role is to help all of you all to respect one precious resource which we constantly complain about and worry about, which is time, and again, time well managed. For each speaker, I will signal using a couple of cards, which is going to be I'm gonna before when you start off your speech, it's going to be the blue card in here, and when you kickstart speaking, it's going to be your green card, followed by the yellow card, and then it's going to be your red card. And each of would be vary based on who the speaker is and what they do, and their roles. For the speakers, speaker one, it's going to be 5 to 7 minutes, and it's going to be a green card in 5 minutes and yellow card in 6 minutes, and when it's 6 minutes, and a red card when it's seventh minute. And for the second speaker, it's going to be, because the time duration is 4 to 6 minutes, again it's going to vary, but 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and 6 minutes. And for the evaluators, as usual, it's going to accordingly vary. And I would be showing up the cards accordingly. And this is with regard to the role that I would be playing and how the cards would get be displayed for an example. And with by the end of the meeting, I would be coming back with my report and would be giving away as to who was within the time frame and who exceeded and how everything went by. Thank you for your time, and over to you again, General Evaluator Rahul.
Thank you for that very detailed explanation of what a timer does. Now, let me move on to my next role taker, the language evaluator. That'll be Toastmaster Gauri. A bit introduction about Toastmaster Gauri is that she's a chartered accountant turned image consultant and a soft skills trainer. She helps companies in addressing people management challenges, and also as a leadership trainer and life coach, she guides transformation journeys through a brand, rebrand.self. She also incorporates tarot as a tool for self-awareness and personal growth. Toastmaster Gauri, could you tell us what a language barrier is and also the word of the day?
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Now, the biggest struggle with communication is the illusion that it has already taken place. I'm not saying this, George Bernard Shaw said this. And this is what I'm going to keep a watch on. Any filler words, inappropriate interjections, short pauses, long pauses, which were unintentional, is what I'm going to keep a watch on. I'm also going to be your language evaluator, which means that I am going to keep listen with a keen eye on some good rhetorical devices that you use. Now, this also has me with another role, which is to present to you the word of the day. The word of the day is conjure, and it means to cause to appear by means of a magical ritual. This is one meaning. For example, they hoped to conjure in the spirits of their dead friends. The second meaning is to force someone to do something. She conjured him to return from deep sea. I will also be putting the word of the day in the chat. Now, just to enhance your vocabulary, you may use it or just keep it for further reference. I'm also going to be sharing a proverb. And the proverb for today is, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And what that means is, if something is fair or acceptable for one person, it should be equally fair and acceptable for another. I hope to see many of you using the word of the day. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, language writer, for that detailed explanation of your role. Let me move on to our the next role taker. That'll be listener. And today's listener is being played by Toastmaster. One second. Yeah, Toastmaster Sachin. So let me introduce Toastmaster Sachin. Toastmaster Sachin is a finance professional with over 23 years of experience across IT, healthcare, biotech startups, retail, e-commerce, and FMCG sectors. He is also a CA and an alumnus of IIM Bangalore and Columbia Business School, and is currently serving as a Chief Financial Officer at AZF Finance Private Limited in Mumbai. He also oversees global finance operations for the US and India. Over to you, Toastmaster Sachin.
Thank
Ready
you,
for
Toastmaster Rahul, for a good introduction. And I'll begin with a short story about myself. Before I got married, I used to talk a lot, very talkative, cut people in between, and never used to listen. Then, when I got married, my wife brought it to my attention that I'm not a good listener. So I become very careful while talking to her, listening more, speaking less. But the bad habit continued with all others, always talking and not listening. Then I joined Toastmasters. And over a period of, 5, 7, 8 years, I have learned for the importance of active listening, and have improved in my listening ability. But still, sometimes my wife still says, "You're not listening." So, guys, listening is very important. Active listening is very important. And as a listener today, my job is to listen entire proceedings, and at the end, ask questions to test the attentiveness and listening skills of guests and members. Over to you, uh, G. Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin. You did justice to your role. You definitely made us listen to that very nice story of yours. So, with that being said, this is going to be my team for today's meeting, and I'll hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day. I'll come back in the end of the meeting to give a whole evaluation of the meeting went.
Thank you. Thank you so much. In Toastmasters meeting, we have three sections. The first is the prepared speeches, then we have the table topic, and third, we have the evaluation section. So let us go to the first section, that is the prepared speech section. Today, we have speaker one, Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Yes. Evaluator, Toastmaster Priya Singh, and second evaluator. Yes, I can see you. Can you see the timer?
Timer screen is off. Chaitra, you need to switch on your camera.
You need to switch on the camera, then we can spotlight you. Yes.
And Chaitra has to use the timer background, not the separate background.
Yes.
So now, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, she has a unique blend of creativity and logic, being both a visual designer and an engineer. This rare combination shapes her perspective, allowing her to tackle challenges with imaginative flair and analytical precision, something which most of us we don't have. Beyond her professional pursuit, she finds joy in reading religious texts, painting, and practicing yoga. She has joined Toastmasters with a clear and inspiring goal to become a more confident and impactful speaker. Her pathway is motivational strategy level 2, project 1, understanding your communication style. The objective is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify their primary style. The purpose of this speech is for member to share the impact of their style on others. Timer, please note the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Mamta Jain, the silent equation of communication. The silent equation of communication, Toastmaster Mamta Jain.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. If communication were a symphony, I would be the flute, soft, steady, and peaceful. I don't enjoy debates or arguments. I prefer conversations that carry truth, logic, and a touch of humor. And when it comes to creative or thoughtful work, I am always ready to help. People often come to me for advice, maybe because I listen more than I speak. Over the months, Toastmasters has helped me understand that every communicator has their own unique style. Mine is quietly supportive and analytical. I observe, I process, and then I respond with care. And today, I would like to share that style with you through what I call the silent equation of communication. For me, effective communication depends on four essential ingredients: truth, logic, empathy, and practice. When these elements come together in balance, communication becomes effortless, calm, clear, and deeply connected. Let me share how I discovered each of these elements in my own journey. I believe communication must be rooted in truth, but truth doesn't mean bluntness. It means honesty delivered with kindness. A few days back, my friend stepped out of the room, smiled, and asked, "Be honest, how do I look?" For a moment, I remembered how some honest words stayed with me for a long time. The outfit didn't flatter her, but her confidence mattered the more. So I said, "You look nice, but remember the blue dress you wore last time? The color really suits to you. Why don't you do the same justice again?" She paused, smiled, this time wider, and said, "Really? I will change." The truth was shared. Her confidence stayed intact. That is when I realized honesty doesn't need sharp edges to be effective. As she went back to change, I realized I had not hidden the truth. I had simply chosen the right way to express it. The logic was simple. If the goal is to help, the words must support the person, not weaken them. That moment taught me something important. Logic in communication is not about saying everything that we think, it is about saying what truly helps. This analytical approach helps me choose words that serve purpose, not just the moment. Empathy is the bridge between two hearts. And I have learned that sometimes silence speaks louder than words. When she returned wearing the blue dress, she was glowing with confidence and said, "Thank you for telling me so nicely." At that moment, I understood empathy more deeply. It was not about saying truthful, it is about caring how other person feels while hearing the truth. When we speak with empathy, people don't feel judged, they feel supported. That day reminded me that empathy turns honesty into kindness, and kindness makes honesty meaningful. This, this is where my supportive nature shapes my communication, creating safety, trust, and openness. Finally comes the multiplier practice. No equation works unless it is applied. Toastmasters is my laboratory. Every meeting allows me to test my formula. Sometimes the empathy is too high, sometimes logic missing. But with every attempt, the result improves. Practice slowly transforms communication from a skill into a habit. This is my silent equation because when truth, logic, empathy come together and are multiplied by practice, our words stop being noise. They start being meaningful music. Fellow Toastmasters, understanding your communication style is not about changing who you are. It is about recognizing what makes you effective. For me, peaceful truth, logical thought, empathetic tone, and steady practice forms the pathway to clarity. So, next time you speak at home, at work, or on a stage, invite these four friends with you: truth, logic, empathy, and practice. Because when they walk together, the words don't reach ears, they touch hearts. Thank you.
Let us hear it for our first speaker. Our next speaker, Toastmaster Ayesha.
Yeah. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster.
One minute, let me just check with your evaluators. Okay. Toastmaster Kala and Toastmaster Swati Gupta, are you there in the room? Can you give me a thumbs up? Yes, Toastmaster Kala, I can see you.
Yes, I'm
Toastmaster
there.
Swati, yes, I can see your thumbs up. Now, Toastmaster Aisha is a data analyst and robotic trainer. She trains her students in coding and robotics and guides IT aspirants in learning data analysis through practical hands on method. Her goal is to make learning simple, interactive, and future ready. She is on her pathway of presentation mastery, level 1, project 1. Project is this is her icebreaker speech. The project objective is to introduce yourself to the audience. Speech duration is 4 to 6 minutes. Toastmaster Aisha, the curiosity catalyst, Toastmaster Aisha.
Thank you, Toastmaster and distinguished guest. Today, my title of the speech is as the curiosity catalyst. Let me begin with asking few questions. What happens when curiosity nudges us? What possibility appear when we wish for what if? Curiosity is not just a trait, it's a spark, as small as mastic, it capable of lightening an entire forest of ideas. When we were children, we used to ask so many questions. Why the sky is blue? Why we can't live in moon? But slowly, as adulthood arrived with deadlines, responsibility, and the question grew quieter. At every revolution, big or small, start with one brave question. Let me take you to the journey of someone who had proved this power beautifully. You may know Rihanna, a global star and a pop singer. Her famous song is Diamond in the Sky, and also a brand ambassador of Fenty Beauty. But before she became a business icon, she became something more important, a woman with question. For decades, beauty industries all over the world were doing the same thing, launching limited shades of foundation, mostly for the light skin tone. Many people with deeper or unique skin tone walked into the store and walked out feeling invisible. But here is the twist. You don't need to understand makeup to understand what invisibility feels like. It is the feeling as same like not finding your shoe size, not finding your seat that fits you comfortably. And while the world quietly accepted this as just the way it is, Rihanna chose a different path. She didn't begin with marketing strategy. She didn't ask what we will sell. She didn't chase the trend. Instead, she paused and asked one question. Why can't everyone find the shade that truly matches them? Behind the question was even deeper one. Why are some people left out? The question became the foundation of Fenty Beauty. When Rihanna launched her brand, she introduced foundation in 50 inclusive shades. Something the industry had never seriously attempted before. The result, within 1 year, Fenty Beauty generated over $500 million in revenue and forced the entire beauty industry to rethink how it defined customer, products, and inclusion. This wasn't marketing miracle. It was a curiosity-driven revolution. Because curiosity, when you blend with empathy, it is far more powerful than any marketing plans. Rihanna's question changed the entire beauty industry, not because she had an answer, but because she has the courage to ask. So let me ask you, what question inside you is waiting to become your catalyst? A dream, a change, a decision. It all begins with one spark. That is, why not? Because we conjure possibilities, not instead of limitations. Thank you.
Let us give a standing ovation because this was her icebreaker speech. Let us all stand together and celebrate her first speech. That was Toastmaster Aisha's icebreaker speech. Now, before I move on, let me ask you, All of us we have joined Toastmasters. We have something in mind. While you go through your level one, while you were taking up the speaker's role, evaluator's role, you can unmute and tell me what skills did you learn through that? What are the skills? Can someone unmute and say, what skill did you pick up by being a speaker? Yes, Chaitra?
I think the biggest skill that I picked up is not focusing on the output, but rather the outcome. To give you an example, I used to always think that when I speak or do an action, it has to be followed by praises, applause. That's how all
Okay.
of us are focusing on something, and that is what we want to attain. But
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, there are several other things. Like for example, there are feedbacks, constructive instructions has been given to you. A lot of other
Yeah.
things that you encounter and learn. All those
Yeah.
hiccups
Yeah.
are also
Correct.
your outcome.
Yeah.
So
Very good.
I
Very
see
well
it as
said.
outcome.
Yes. Yes, our language, thank you so much. Our language evaluator, Gauri. Toastmaster Gauri? Yes.
What I learned from speeches is that it requires structuring. So my
Mm-hmm.
purpose when I joined Toastmasters was to add some humor. I did succeed in my mission, but
Mm-hmm.
I realized that humor was just adding laughs to the audience. And now
Mm-hmm.
I plan to add some substance with some structuring.
Okay. Thank you. Now let me ask you, speaker over, what did you learn as an evaluator? Which skill did you pick up as an evaluator? Yes, general evaluator Rahul's hand was up.
Oh, sorry. So as an evaluator, the thing which I picked up is it's for me it is very hard to give compliments to people. You know, I can list out a lot of cons which people need to work on. So finding out the goodness in a speech itself was very tough. As time went on, I realized that that's something I need to keep doing it to get better. But I am getting
Mhm.
better at it.
So true, so true. Uh, Pointing out the cons is very easy. And before Toastmaster, I personally used to be very quick in pointing out what is the mistake, but I never took time to give them an example how they could get better. Yes, our distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta. What did you learn as an evaluator?
So, one of the most important things that I learned is that the power of perspectives and something that once I became an evaluator, particularly in the evaluation speech contest, if you listen to the same speaker, the same speech being evaluated by five different evaluators, but each of them bring out their own nuances of the evaluation, right? And in fact, sometimes I've seen that the one evaluator may say you had a very powerful message. For the same speech, another evaluator says that your message was not that powerful, right? And it is possible, right? In today's world, one of the things that we are increasingly missing is tolerance towards alternative point of views or point of view
But
that's different than ours. I think that's something that I've learned as an evaluator, that it's my view, and it may be that someone else's view is equally right and is different from mine.
yes. So these are the main important rules. I 100% agree with you. When you have an opinion and someone else give a different opinion, initially we have that hesitation. If someone contradicts your opinion, immediately our hackles used to get up. With Toastmaster, we have learned to listen, then accept that, okay, there might be another opinion which is not similar to mine. Very well said. What do you think when you have taken the timer's role or our counter's role? How did that help you? Does it give us a skill, timer's role?
Can I?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Toastmaster Rahul, you have already answered. I would like someone else to answer. And if not, then I'll come back to you. Yes. Anyone else? Yes. Toastmaster Renu.
Yes, I think I would give an advantage to Chaitra first because she's taking the
Yeah, we'll listen to
timer roles
Chaitra.
again.
Yeah, we'll listen to
Okay.
her. But first, I would.
In my perspective, what I have learned with the role of timer is that to remain focused, how to remain focused and
Focus.
practice active listening. And
Mhm.
that is what has this timer role brought in to me. And respecting,
Yes.
of course, the within the time limit, how to structure yourself, right?
Yes.
How the speakers they lag behind just because of the time factor they are not taking into account while
Mhm.
practicing their speeches. So yes, getting
Yeah.
more focused. That is my take.
Being Nee. Being in Toastmaster, you know what is 5 minute, what is 6 minute, and what is 7 minute. The speakers have learned that. And when it comes to that mark, after giving a few speeches, automatically we are aware of the time that is going. And if you are a table topic speaker, you know what is 30 seconds. And you want to punch in all your points in that 30 seconds after you see the red card. Yes, timer Chaitra.
I think it's quite a challenging role to be a timer because that's when you realize 5 minutes is so huge. Never knew 5 minutes can be for this long because I'm not doing the speaking, but rather just the listening, parallelly managing the person's time. So you can do so much in 5 minutes if you can patiently sit and watch somebody doing something. So initially, it's
Yeah.
about us. Initially, I did the timer roll for tries, and then the first time was a disaster. The second time was manageable, and now the third time, I'm at least happy that I was able to set past the first half of it. So that's a
Yeah.
progress. So I think
Yeah.
in 5 minutes, so much of emotions and commotions and like I told you, the outcome can get better. A lot of things can happen in 5 minutes is something that I realized taking up the timer rule. Thank you.
Yes, awareness of time. When you are not doing the speaking and you are just observing, suddenly you feel okay. Each second ticking by, you are looking at the watch and you're thinking, wow, 5 minutes is a pretty long time. We have not done much in this 5 minutes except look at the watch and keep the time. Yes, Toastmaster Gauri, I can see your hand, but I'll take that up later. First, we will go to the second section, that is the interesting. The table topic master. And who is our table topic master today? He is a third year undergraduate student at IIT BHU. He joined Toastmasters with an aim to sharpen his presentation skills and basically manage his stage presence. Apart from academics, he is passionate about music and enjoys singing and in his spare time. So we have put your hands together for Toastmaster Pratibha. Yes, over to you for the table topics.
So now, Toastmasters and guests, it's time for a special round robin table topic session with a goat twist. So let me explain how it works. So we will have more or less five topics, and for each topic, we'll be having three speakers. We'll share their thoughts for 1 minute each, and the caveat is that each speaker has to start from where the previous speaker left off. We'll pick the speakers randomly, or the you are very free to volunteer in advance also. So let's get ready for some quick thinking, spontaneous fun, and a lot of laughs. So will someone can someone come forward for table topics? Uh, I see Elios has put up his hand. Can we pin him?
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, we need two more speakers. Does anyone want to volunteer? Uh, Toastmaster Swati has also Toastmaster Swati and Toastmaster Jitender.
Swati is the
Can
timer.
we pin on
Swati.
them, please?
Okay, Chaitra is the timer. Yeah, sorry. Jitendra. Hmm. Done.
Yes. So we have our three speakers here now. Um, so the order will be Elios first, then Toastmaster Swati, and then Toastmaster Jitendra. So let me pose the first topic of today. The first topic of today is just a second. The first topic of today is a little bit of a twist. Is what is the worst advice you have ever followed? Uh, Toastmaster Elios, please start.
Can you hear me? Before I start? Clear? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, but your
Yes,
Okay.
volume
a
is a
little.
little low.
Oh, volume is low. Okay, let me check.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Now, clear?
Yes, it's clear now.
Okay, I'll start then. Elias, follow your dream. That's what my father said. And yes, I went back to sleep. Am I right? Of course I'm right. To get my dream, I need to sleep first. And yes, I said that to my father, and my father conjured. He slapped to me, and he said to me, "What's good for the goose is good for the gander." Hmm. Thank you, father. That's very good advice. First, you asked me to follow my dream, and now you say that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What a conjure magic spellbound words from my father. I will always follow it until my end, until the end of my life. Thank you, Father. I love you. Back to you, Pradibu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Elias. That was a very, very articulated speech with a dash of humor. So, yes, Toastmaster Swati, please start. Okay,
You're on.
Toastmaster Swati is facing some technical difficulties. Okay, so Toastmaster Jitendra, please, can you start?
One,
So I
one,
should
one
continue.
second. I have just given the unmuting rights. Now Swati can speak. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay. Toastmaster Swati, please start.
I think she's not in the like we lost her.
Go with the next person.
Pratibha, let Jitendra take it and then we'll come back to Swati when Swati is back. Pratibha, you're on mute.
He says he can't unmute.
Now you can.
Yes, yeah. Now I can. Okay, then Toastmaster Jitendra, please continue with what Toastmaster Elias had said.
My father said, dream, but you can only dream when you sleep. And dreams should be big, that it doesn't allow you to sleep. And have you ever faced that? I have faced in my life when I wanted to join army. It doesn't allow me to sleep for a while after my engineering. But then everyone asked the same question. Why did you do engineering? Why you wasted 4 years when you want to go to army? But I was naive enough. I didn't know that what kind of path I need to choose. It took significant amount of time to find the right path. But once I cleared the SSB, which is 5 days of rigorous training where they evaluate on 20 different parameters, your leadership style, and they check thoroughly whether you are fit for army officers or not. So once I cleared that, so I thought medical would be very easy, but that was not the case. That was the biggest surprise of my life when they said you have color blindness. But before that,
So, in life, we often feel. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
So, to see the dreams, we also need some color. Even without having, even if you're colorblind, you can still see dreams, right? And when you are in the path, when you are not sure what to choose, what not to choose, there's this movie I took inspiration from, which is Jim Carrey's Yes Man. And I started following and saying yes to every opportunities that started coming to my way. And one day I realized I have been in the trouble. I found myself in so many opportunities and I was overwhelmed. And then I was back to my dreams, what to do now. I was still again confused. So my the worst opinion I chose was saying yes to everything which came across my life and not thinking what I really want from my life instead.
Okay, so now, so then we have concluded the first topic. It was very quick thinking and it turned out to be unusually profound. So we are coming with the next topic now. No, okay. So first we have to pick up the speakers now. So who would like to volunteer? Okay, Toastmaster Rahul has raised his hand. Can we have him print, please? Uh,
Toastmaster
someone.
Chaitra, you cannot like hear the timer, or I'll take up the timer role on you. So
Okay, so Toastmaster Chaitra and Toastmaster Rahul. Someone else would like to.
I'm continuing to be the timer.
Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Renu, are you willing to participate in this table topic?
sure.
Okay. So here comes the second topic of our table topics session today. It is a decision that changed my daily routine forever. Uh, Toastmaster Renu, please start. Followed by Toastmaster Rahul, and then Toastmaster. No, I said we don't have a third
Both
speaker
Rahul.
yet, right?
Jay is
Jay
there.
Parekh has raised his hand.
Yeah. Please. Can we have Jeb pronounce it? Yeah. So I have already revealed the topic. So we'll start with Toastmaster Renu first, then Toastmaster Rahul, then Toastmaster Jay. Toastmaster Renu, please you can commence.
So one decision that changed my life or my daily routine was to rising up early in the morning, early as if something like 3:30 and 4. So what I would say, how it helped me in gaining more than 2 to 3 hours for my own self. So I've been trying to practice more of self-love and trying to do more and more things for my own self. And that is what I gained in that practice. So when I wake up around 3:34, I have an ample time to my own self, and I can do whatever I feel like doing. Maybe connect spiritually, or maybe read some book, or do something. So that is one thing that has continually helped me gain more in my day. Yeah, thank
For me, one decision which entirely changed the way I used to go through the day and changed my habits was quitting social media. I was a kind of person who used to get easily distracted by all the notifications over my mobile phone. But once I heard and went through one of the podcasts of a person. Uh, I think you would be knowing that person. His name is Brian Johnson. So he says that once we we lose our focus, we can get distracted for more than 30 minutes. From then on, I just turned off my social media accounts and I'm currently not using any of them except WhatsApp. Of course, that's important. But yeah, I am not having any notifications on my mobile phone, which
So I completely agree with Toastmaster Rahul and Renu. Even I think over social media is a problem for the whole youth. Even for me, I recently last year started reducing social media. My Insta time went down from 2 hours or something to 15 or 20 minutes a day. Occasionally it increases, but yeah. As for waking up early, I think many people have been telling me to wake up early, and I do agree that you get a lot of time to yourself when you try to wake up early. It's just that I have not been able to implement it, except for a few occasional cases. Even in class, I don't go most of the morning classes nowadays. Um, yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Okay, so we conclude the second topic of our table topic session. Now going on to the third topic without wasting any time. Uh, sorry, again, I have to sort out the speakers first. So anyone would like to volunteer who hasn't done yet? How about Toastmaster Gauri? Will you be willing?
Go
Toastmaster
ahead.
Manasa has raised her hand. Uh, can we have her pinned?
For today, Pratibha.
Uh, sorry, you weren't audible.
Hello, can
Hello,
you?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to volunteer? We need two
We
more
have guest
speakers here.
Noor Mohammed. We have guest Pallavi Agarwal.
Yeah, uh, guest Noor Madar, would you like to volunteer for this? Okay, we have uh,
Pallavi
sorry.
Agarwal.
Yeah. Are you a
Yeah, we have.
Toastmaster? You're a guest, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, okay.
And
And
guest Anand, Toastmaster Anand is also there.
okay, Toastmaster. Can we have Toastmaster Anand on the screen?
He needs to come on video.
He does not respond. I'll read out the names. You will. Bindu Joseph is there. Our first speaker, Mamta, is there. Second speaker is there.
Uh,
Noor Muhammad is there. You can choose the
yeah.
names.
Uh, Noor Mohammed, will you be like to volunteer? Like to
He did not respond. He did
yeah,
not
okay, he
respond.
did not. Uh,
Yeah. Bindu
someone
Joseph is
else?
there.
Uh, Bindu Joseph, would you like to volunteer?
Toastmaster. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
I can, but I have a little connection issue. I may not be able to come on screen.
okay. Uh, but nevertheless, can we have her pinned, like, yeah, just so I can see.
Can you come on
We can't
camera?
spotlight. We can't spotlight unless she's on camera, but that's okay.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay. So we have Bindu Joseph, Pallavi Agarwal, and Manasayan. So we'll have the order like this. First, it will be Manasa, then it will be Pallavi, and then it will be Bindu. So now I'll reveal the topic. So the topic is, what's a risk in your life, a small risk in your life that paid off really well? Starting with Manas. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master, for giving me this wonderful topic, taking a risk, which has really helped me. I always believe in that taking a risk is better than regretting later. From the starting, I had this fear of talking in front of a big crowd. But I realized when I took a leadership role, it's very important to communicate your vision, goals, ideas to the senior management. Imagine I was literally scared to talk in front of a 10 or in the big crowd. I was left many of the ideas, untold stories where I was not able to communicate. I clearly noticed that it is a risk if I do not take any action to come out of this fear. There is a possibility that I might also lose the position in my companies where getting into the higher role because I'm not able to openly communicate. So how do I come out of this is where I got an opportunity, got to know about the Toastmaster Club, and I started joining this Toastmaster Club, and now I could see there is a lot of improvement. Yeah.
Yes, for me too. Good evening, everyone. Even I had a fear of public speaking, but as my previous speaker told, ki what is good for goose is good for the gander. So it's the same way as he took the risk of public speaking, same way I also experienced that. Yes, you should experience before regret rather than regretting afterwards. So I had risk of water sports, and when I tried to go for a water sport, I really found that it is very enjoyable, and it's something that we shouldn't mm, sit beside and enjoy other. You will really have a thrill when you are enjoying the water sports, going for a water rides, and it's really very fun. So you can't say it is you can't judge your capability unless you sail the boat. So and you can
Hello, am I audible? Yes. Okay. Can I combine the two of both these previous speakers? Risk, risk of, what's it, public speaking? Well, let me put it in a different way. Zoom. I was first introduced to the possibility of Zoom only in that COVID area. Like I'm sure a lot of you have also experienced the same. But it changed my life in a totally unexpected way because let's say, I wouldn't exactly put risk as a right word. Okay, maybe risk. The risk of being rejected, not rejected or not accepted is a better way. It opened me up to making the first step in communicating with someone else. This sounds strange, but the fact is, for a high level introvert, if any one of you have been there, not so strange. One of the things that we as introverts do is we don't take that first step. So
Okay, so that concludes this topic. Now let us have another round of speakers with us. We have can DTM Saurav Datta join the table topic session?
We had one hand raised. Amruta
Uh,
Deshmukh. We
yeah,
can.
yeah, I believe, yeah. Okay, can we have her pinned on the screen?
Can someone else do it? It's okay if someone else wants to do it. Otherwise, if there's no other taker, then I'll do it.
Okay, okay. Uh, I believe, yeah. I think Toastmaster Amruta raised her hand.
Yes.
Can somebody swap the timer role with me so that I can participate?
Okay, Toastmaster Chaitra is also ready. Okay, so
Master Venu, would you like to swap the role with me as a timer so I can
so
participate?
Toastmaster Priya has also raised her hand. So can we have her pinned also?
I'm not able to spotlight Amruta because she is not on camera. Amruta, can you come on the camera?
Yes.
Okay, so we have our speakers here. Let me reveal the topics. So the topic is what is an assumption people often make about you that is completely wrong. The order will be Toastmaster Chaitra, then Toastmaster Priya, then Toastmaster Amruta. Please start.
Could you please repeat the topic again if you don't mind?
Okay, so the topic was what is an assumption people make about you which is completely wrong.
Okay. They assume about me that I'm very confident. It is completely wrong because I'm not a very confident person. I stumble, I fumble, I stutter, and then my hands shiver a lot. I try to keep it together so that I hold a pen or something like that, so that it's not very widely visible. I mask it totally with my smile, but that is how it is. But otherwise, a person with a very low confidence. That was one of the other reason for me to join the Toastmasters, because discovered at a very early age that I do have great abilities, but I was not able to showcase any of my talents because of the low confidence that I had in me. But and it worked for my best that people assume I'm confident too. I was able to get away with a lot of situations because people assume that way. Thank you.
I agree with Timer Chetra. When it comes to confidence, my demeanor will show that I'm confident, but within me, I am always, having two sides of the coin. One says, yes, you can do it. The other one will say, will I be able to do it? So, along with that facade, I also feel people assume that I'm a very calm and patient person, especially as a mother. They would compliment me. You're such a calm and patient person with your children. But I feel like inviting them home and seeing how I lose my cool when two of them get at loggerheads with each other and keep arguing with each other. I feel like just tearing my hair down. So it is a big facade that people have given me.
Amrita, you can start.
Since my childhood, everyone was like, she is not good with studies. But the fact is that I'm a okay student, the above average student only. And that continuously happened in my life when I went to college, when I went to my first organization. No one takes me seriously. And I was like, why did it happen every time? I was doing my work so dedicatedly, and still people are thinking like that I'm not a serious person at all. Then I met my husband and we got married. And after that, one day I started creeping after my office that no one, taking me seriously and all this stuff. And he was like, wait for a second. Your body language is too casual. You appear as a very casual person, though you have a very disciplined and dedicated manner, but no one look at that. People look at your demeanor and you have a very casual demeanor. So that is the one thing
Okay, so we conclude this topic also. I think we have time for a last topic. So this is a little bit of a okay. So first of all, does anyone want to volunteer for this last topic? Um, I think Toastmaster
I can
Anand,
volunteer.
is this DTM Saurabh Datta?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I
okay. So
nominate? Can I nominate Noor as well? Noor Mohammed Noor.
Yeah, yeah. 1 second, my wife is calling. I am there. So please.
Okay. Yeah. So Noor, me, and Anand then.
Pratibhu, you are on mute.
yeah. Okay. So let me reveal the final topic of today. It is a moment when I realized that I was the wrong guy in this situation. We'll start with DDM Saurabh Datta, followed by Noor Mohammed, and then Toastmaster Anand.
That's
Should
a
I
very
repeat the topic?
universal. No, that's a very universal feeling for me. I always feel that I'm in the wrong guy in the situation because part of that is because of the kind of the relationship disasters that I've had through my life. I really suck when it comes to relationships. I absolutely suck. Unlike Noor, who was so much in love with his wife, and Noor's wife has attended so many of our meetings without actually attending any of our meetings. I am not that lucky when it comes to relationships. Whenever I've tried to have a serious relationship, I've always felt that I am the wrong guy in the situation. Not only I felt that, even the other person who I'm in a relationship, she also felt the same thing. So that was very mutual, that I am the wrong guy in the situation. And so much so that I've now stopped trying to be the right guy in any situation, no matter what, because I feel that being wrong is actually being right at the end of the day. Thank you. Pratibhu, you're on mute.
Yeah, so can Noor Mohammed continue with it, the topic?
Just give me a second. Just 1 minute. Yeah. I can I start? Now the question is whether I feel I am the wrong guy or other person feels I am the wrong guy. That is the most important distinction I want to make here. So unlike Saurav, I have felt always I am the right guy. But somehow, whenever I feel I am the right guy, the other person thinks that I am the most absolutely inappropriate guy for that situation. Take, for example, my wife. Uh, I always give the example of my wife, right? Because she always thinks I am wrong in any aspect. Like when I met her, she thought this guy is like my brother. All right. And it turns out that I am not like her brother, but like her husband, right? Take, for example, my son. My son thinks I am the most strict father, but I am the opposite. Actually, I'm exactly the opposite of it. I think I am the very best father, but he thinks otherwise. That's a different story, right? Same with my business partner. Same with anybody. When I give a very wrong vibe to people, right? I am the exact opposite of who I am. So that is a
Yes. Shall I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I am wrong in most of the situation, right? So committing the error, it is one of the learning. That is a pulse of wisdom. I feel that because as a person, I take a lot of emotional decision. That decision has to taken more logically. See, even if I'm incompatible with my manager, the manager was scolding me. Immediately, I take a decision of putting the paper in front of the manager. That emotional decision. More than that, I'm joining in some other organization. The pressure is much more. Then I realized that this is the thing what the manager taught me. Right now, this was my experience that happens during the formative years when I enter into the field. Now I'm sticking into the same organization for a long period of time. That's why whatever we commit wrong, I'm wrong, but learn from the wrong thing. That is one of the thing at most, that is one of the learning I learned in my experience. Thank you very much. Over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand, for finishing off our wonderful session. So this session was a very, uh, very scintillating mix of wholesomeness, of some vulnerability, and too much humor. I thoroughly enjoyed this session, but I think we should get back on time. And so I would like to hand over the control of the meeting to the TMOD now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pratibha, for that wonderful table topic session that you took just right now. And now, let me conjure up a break. I know all of you all are waiting. So it is 8:41 right now. 5 minutes of break, and we will be back by 8:46. Well, welcome back. And let me see you raising your thumb, putting on your videos, and coming back to the meeting. Yes. So right now I will share my screen because we are talking about what is new, and there's a lot new in Toastmasters. So just give me a moment. Yes. Can you see the screen? It's visible?
Not yet. It's not visible. Now it is.
It is visible?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is the level 2. That is, what are the required roles you have to complete before you continue with your level? The speeches are there, but other than that, you have to be a grammarian, a topic master, evaluator, speaker, and you have to pick up one role, that is Toastmaster of the day or timer or R counter. In level 3, there is something new that has been introduced, that is successful club series. Now, level 3 means it's advanced and you have already given your speeches, done certain roles. Now you want to up your game. And while you're upping your game, this has been introduced where you were speaking about creating the best club climate. Of course, you will be getting all that is needed within the Toastmasters portal, meeting rules and responsibility, keeping the commitment, going beyond club. These are the few. You can pick whichever you want and you need to speak on them. Along with that, you have to go with the roles, that is Toastmaster of the day, evaluator, speaker, and you need to choose from one. That is the, I think my screen is still visible. Yeah. So topic master or table topic speaker. These things will help you in becoming an advanced speaker. In level 4, we are having Definitely, the successful club series is there where you will be talking about how finding new members, closing sales, how to become a distinguished club, Toastmasters educational program. So you can see how well it has been graded. It is going from the easiest one first to something more you can give back to the club. You'll be learning your leadership roles. How can you become a better speaker? This is a very important series because after you have spoken for a couple of speeches, now you know exactly what do you want. You're beginning, you want to make it better, you want to conclude it better, you want to control your fear. Most of us have this fear, like you had just mentioned in the table topics, that we keep a very good face and a smile to hide that, but we all feel frightened while we are speaking. How to control that? How can you strategically think for impromptu speaking, and how to select the topics on what you are going to speak? These are all for the better speaker series, that is knowing the audience, to whom are you speaking, how to organize the speech, creating
Toastmaster
introduction.
Samita, can you
Yes.
change the screen, please? We are at level 3.
Okay. You can't see level 4?
No, no, we cannot.
Can you see now?
Yes, yes, we can see now.
Okay. So next is the required role. Again, we have to complete all these roles. This required roles were not there before. It has been introduced now. So along with the speeches, we need to complete the required role. That is for level 4, we have Toastmaster of the Day, GE, Evaluator, Speaker. And then again, from these couple table topic and table topic master speaker, you have to choose one, whichever is available, that you can do. Now, we have level 5 left. So we will speak about that later, where the leadership aspect will be coming in. Now we will move to the third section. The third section is the evaluation section. Now, for evaluation, first we will have the speech evaluations. And yes, please mute yourself if you're not speaking. Yeah. So I'll be calling upon the general evaluator. The general evaluator will take us through this evaluation section. Over to you, G.E. Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. So let us start off with our prepared speeches. For that, we'll be having two evaluators for our GOAT meeting. The first evaluator's job is to evaluate the speech based on what was said, and the second evaluator will evaluate the speech based on how it was said. First one is going to be the content of the speech. The second is like how the speech was expressed. A better way of that. And for our first speaker, evaluator one is going to be Toastmaster Priya, and our second. Okay, let me just start with our first evaluator, uh, Toastmaster Priya. Before Toastmaster Priya, let me just introduce our evaluator one. Toastmaster Priya is a marketing professional and academician in business management. She's passionate about creative writing and poetry. Her podcast, Soulful Scrolls, is a dedicated effort to the craft of the poetic expression. She also joined Toastmasters to enhance her public speaking skills and become an influential voice to inspire others. Over to you, Toastmaster Priya.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that wonderful uh, introduction. Sorry for my voice. And now for my target speaker, Mamta Jain. Your speech was understanding the various communication styles and explaining what is your communication style. So congratulations for fulfilling the purpose of your project. When I heard your speech, what I felt was that you did not conjure your speech. It came to you very naturally and it was so authentic, so original. It was a total depiction of your true natural style of communication. So it was very well depicted. Kudos to you for that. Your opening, what I liked was that you hooked the audience immediately with a beautiful phrase in your opening. If communication is a symphony, I would be the flute, which was very well co- uh, cohesive with the four pillars of communication that you spoke in your speech. The content, the commendations that I would like to make here for your speech, what I really liked was the beautiful phrases that you used, like rooted in truth, honesty, delivery, empathy is a bridge between two hearts. So these really added more impact to the genuineness and authenticity of your speech. It felt it came straight from your heart. Another aspect was that you made your speech very simple and very beautifully transition from the opening to the body and then to the conclusion. So there was a structure in place and that was followed very well. A few suggestions, if I may be allowed to make. The first is that whilst you introduce by and hook the audience with the phrase, your introduction could have been more impactful if you had mentioned about the different styles of communication, giving the audience an idea of the various styles of communication that are there, though you did come straight on to your supportive style. But giving a bird's eye view would give more idea of the various communication styles that you know about, and then jumping into your communication style. Secondly, while the proverb says that what's good for the goose is good for the gander, here I would beg to differ that everybody's communication style is different. So you could make your conclusion more impactful by giving a straight takeaway to the audience and telling them that though your communication style may be different, not necessarily supportive, try using these four ingredients in your recipe of communication and see how it creates a better impact as a communicator. So, great speech, very well attempted, and content was awesome. You were very authentic, very genuine, and used good vocabulary. Just work on the intro and conclusion to make it more impactful with a better takeaway, and the speech would be more impressive. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you much more.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. It is a very well, rounded evaluation which you gave. The one thing which I like that you gave your commendations. You're very keen on those, even the words. You picked up on the words and even the sentences or phrases which the speaker had used. Also, one more thing which I really liked about your evaluation was you stuck to the time, which is very few, which is evaluators, worst nightmare. Kudos on that. I would say keep doing what you're doing. You kept it crisp, simple to the top, the best. Now let me call upon our second evaluator for speaker one. That would be DTM Saurav Datta. So let me give a intro about DTM Saurav Datta. Uh, he is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all the 11 Toastmaster pathways with over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JC Penney. He is also a seasoned expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. The accolades keeps adding up. So I'll cut it short and give the stage to our DTM Saurav.
Be honest, Mamta, how did you speak today? I think you liked what you did because your demeanor gave that impression that you were satisfied with the speech that you were making. You said that you're a supportive communicator, and we all believe you, not because you said us so, but how you told us that. One of the most important qualities of a supportive communicator is pace. The pace has to be very slow. And your entire speech, you had a very controlled pace. You didn't rush through the speech. You took your time and you had a very composed demeanor during the entire speech. The other thing which I absolutely loved about your speech is that you attempted a role play. You tried to talk to another character, the character talked back with you. Uh, You should pat yourself on the back for doing that, because even after spending 5 years of Toastmaster and completing all the paths, when it comes to doing role play, I still feel nervous. I don't get that courage to do a role play, and you are able to do the role play so easily. So these are the two things which I absolutely loved about your speech. Now, what could have been better? Pauses. While your pace was perfect, the pauses were missing. There were no strategic pauses. I don't debate. Pause. I am an analytical communicator. Pause. Let me absorb those statements. You went on giving us one after the other, after another, pointers and information about your communication style without giving us the time to retain and absorb whatever you have given us till now. The second is the absence of any kind of pitch or any kind of variance in pitch. Your entire speech was absolutely flat in one in one pitch, in one frequency you delivered the entire speech. I think there was ample scope for you, because you had dialogues, because you were describing, narrating situation, because you were having conversation. You could have gone up, gone down. You could have spoken a little fast at times and then slowed down to create that impact. You could have played with the more voice modulation. There's so much that could have been done. And I'm sure there's so much that you will do, because what I see in you, Mamta, is an eager speaker. Someone who is ready to come, experiment, and is not scared to try. That is the most important quality of a speaker. You are not scared to try. And I know for a matter of fact that your next speech, you are going to implement whatever you have got as a feedback today, whether it's from the previous evaluator or from me. Thank you. Wishing you all the best. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DDM Saurav, for your crisp evaluation. So you touched upon all the points of what the speaker did and what the speaker could improve on. Also, the thing which I liked about your evaluation was you not just said it, you also did and showed it when fast, slow, and you also gave a very good encouragement at the end of your evaluation, which always helps the speaker to move forward. Given that, I would just like to add a few points to our speaker. Is that your speech was, I felt, even though it was so simple, it made me to think, can we even give a speech in a way of such being empathetic, truth, and all that? Usually, when we talk about communication styles, we usually go towards humorous, information, the standard ones that we see in Toastmasters. But yours was a bit different. So in that aspect, you completely had me hooked up to it. As one of our evaluators pointed out, a few things that was missing was the voice modulation, which I'm sure that you will get to it as time goes on. And also at the ending, I felt you could have ended with a more punch. You could have been that this is me. What would you like to be? So, but overall, I enjoyed your speech, and seeing you from level one at level two, I can see a lot of difference in your speeches, and I look forward to your future speeches. Thank you, Toastmaster Mamta, for your speech. Now, let me move on to our speaker two. Can we please spotlight her and evaluating our Toastmaster Aisha would be our first evaluator, Toastmaster Kala. Okay. So let me give an interview of Toastmaster Kala. She's working as a superintendent in the water board, and she loves to play badminton, and a passion is attending Toastmasters meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Kala.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests, especially my target speaker, Toastmaster Aisha. First of all, congratulations on completion of your first project. When I joined Toastmasters, I took 1 year to give my first speech, but I think you're too early. Kudos to you. Toastmaster Aisha, to say about your speech, first speech L1P1 is all about to introduce yourself. Means you have to introduce since your childhood to till date. But You were misunderstood the objectives of this project, and you gave speech about the curiosity catalyst. This is not apt for this project. Apart from this, if I evaluate your speech to say about the content, yes, content was clear and there was a opening, body and conclusion in your speech. You opened your speech by asking questions, but you asked more questions. You asked why sky is blue, why we can't live in moon. Yes, of course, all are very good questions. And my small suggestion is that you need to give time for the audience to respond. Then you just move on. And again, you move with the body that you narrated a story about Rihanna and you related to that the curiosity catalyst. It's very good. And finally, you concluded abruptly. Apart from this, I could see a very good confidence and courage on you. Being a first speaker, you are a very good, very confident and courage that Toastmasters need. Kudos to you that. Apart from these, a few recommendations from my side is that try to give another speech that is L1P1 completely about yourself since childhood to till date, about your hobbies, about your education, about your background. This speech, what you have given today, just make it L1P2. So this is a small recommendation from my side. Apart from this, it was a great speech and a well-structured speech. Thank you. All the very best to all your future projects. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kala. So before I start the evaluation, I just want to ask the speaker, Toastmaster Aisha, is this your first pathway? This is your first speech, right, in Toastmasters? Okay, fine. Okay, so let me start with Toastmaster Kala first. Toastmaster Kala, you were right to point out that the speaker didn't meet the objectives of the project. That's very true. But since it's the speaker's first speech, it's very recommended that we be more encouraging towards her and be more supportive because the first speech is a very crucial part of, I believe, is a Toastmaster journey. So in that aspect, I would say also please start off with commendations with what we can tell the speaker, what the good thing she did. Especially in icebreakers, there's a rule we follow, like we give three commendations first and one recommendation since it's their first speech. Also, one more thing which I would like to point out, Toastmaster Kala, is that in icebreaker speech, it's always not necessary that the introduction should always be from what we did from a birth to till now. We are not trying to get more of a resume, but to understand what the speaker wants to convey to the club. So it's up to the speaker to tell us what she wants to express in our club. So apart from that, but it's also good that you point out that the speaker gave a very elaborative speech and not elaborative, more concise speech, and the speech was very articulate and all that. But my commendations would be like for L1, always try to go very easy on the speaker because it's their first speech. But overall, I liked your evaluation of the speaker, and I believe these are things that we can work on as with time. Now, let me go to our second speaker, second evaluator. That would be Toastmaster Swati Gupta. Okay. So, Toastmaster Swati Gupta is a qualified CA and CMA, and she has joined Toastmasters again to improve her communication skills. In her leisure time, she likes to sketch, paint, and try new things. She describes herself as a happy-go-lucky person. Over to you, Toastmaster Swati.
So first of all, I would like to congratulate TM Aisha for taking up this icebreaker speech. And I felt you were truly confident. Even I was able to recall myself as giving icebreaker speech. I was not so confident during entire session itself, and I really liked that you were totally confident. You maintained your energy. You were able to maintain your body language during entire speech of yours. So the use of words which you used were quite simple and were easy to understand. That's why your speech became very engaging since the beginning because you were always connecting your speeches with the day-to-day examples, the kinds of things we were able to recall Rihanna, and we were able to recall all the questions you asked. The only thing I felt was a little bit missing of pauses. If you could have given certain pauses after asking question, that would have really made an impact to your questions. Like you asked why sky is blue. If you could have changed your energy while asking the questions why sky is blue, that could have been more better. And apart from that, I felt during your entire speech, you tried using hand gestures, which I really liked. You also tried conveying your message through your facial expressions, which was really nicely done. And I really would like to give best of luck to you for your further speeches and overall a very good speech. And my last recommendation would be if you can also try to module between your energy levels in between. Like sometimes I felt the same energy level was there even when you were delivering the speech or you were asking the questions. So if you can also change your energy levels in between, it will your speech will become more engaging overall. But overall, all the best and thanks a lot for it and congratulations as well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swati. It's good. You pointed out all the things which the speaker can work on. Again, as the same thing which I said to the speaker one, I would like to repeat here. Since it's the first speech, let's go a little bit less on the recommendations and more on commendations. So it boosts the morale of a speaker. But overall, you did catch the most points of what the speaker said. Now, let me give my own evaluation of what I felt I liked from Toastmaster Aisha's speech is that uh, you you started off by asking a question, which is a very good question, which all of us had at one point, right? Why do these ads always portray certain things? That was a very good, even though it's your first speech, I love that you were able to grasp that on this level itself. That question was so good that it got us hooked up onto the entire story. So even though that it was an icebreaker speech, you did deliver it a little bit ahead, I would say, of what needs to be done in your next project. So I could say that you'd were a little bit ahead of your speech level. And there's also one thing which I've noticed that you're a very good storyteller. Even though there are certain things that you can work on, like expressions, maybe a tonality and all that, but the way you stay a story has definitely caught upon most of our attention. As most of the evaluators pointed out, since it's a icebreaker speech, I would recommend you to reattempt it, and in this time just tell us more about what you are and what Toastmaster Aisha likes, so we get to know you as a person. You could of course add on multiple stories of what it is and give a contrast on how it has affected you. But apart from that, again, congratulations on your level 1 icebreaker speech. I look forward to your future speeches as well. Thank you. Now, I believe I can go to our tell team. Let me check with the timer. Timer, are you ready? Are we ready with the timer cards and the results? Okay. All right then, timer, you can take the stage now and give us the results, and please do keep it crisp and short.
Everybody, back again with the timer report. I think based on the entire, be the segment of table topics or prepared speeches, evaluation, everybody were within time and all of them have qualified. I'll be dropping the report over chat. And yes, this is the timer report from my end. Over to you, Rahul. Thank you.
Also, Toastmaster, if it's possible, could you share the screen for us so we can just know who has been qualified, and would that be possible? Also, does she have the sharing rights? Could someone give that as well to her?
I would be dropping it on the chat, but I don't mind sharing it through here.
Yeah, please just go
Give
a
me
quick
the.
share. Yeah, so we can get to know who has.
Screen sharing is enabled for everyone.
Okay, fine. I think you should be able to share them now.
Yeah.
Okay, just in the interest of time, Toastmasters, I can drop it in the chat itself. Are there any disqualifications? Okay. I believe we have lost our timer. We'll get back to her and we'll get an answer on the qualification disqualifications. But let me go on to our language evaluator next. Do we have our language evaluator, Toastmaster Gauri?
Yes, I'm there.
All right. Toastmaster Gauri, you can take the stage now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so first on filler sounds, the most lovable sound for today was and we have crossed 60. I have not mentioned more than five. And the most lovable inappropriate interjection was the word so. I will be sharing my report in the chat below. For some of you, there are specific interjections and crutch words which are marked in yellow for your reference. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Mamta Jain? She had zero filler words and no inappropriate interjections at all. Toastmaster Sachin, Toastmaster Jitendra, Toastmaster Rahul, and Toastmaster Kala were less than five. I'll quickly share my grammarian report. Can you see my screen?
No. Yeah, we can see the grammarian report.
So the word of the day was conjure, and I thought it would be really difficult because it's not an adjective, it is a verb. And it was used by Toastmaster Aisha, Toastmaster Ilios, Toastmaster Samita, and Toastmaster Priya. Now, just to let you know that what was the thought behind giving you a verb, when you're speaking for table topics, if you have a verb, it is very easy to start the sentence with the verb or incorporate in your speeches right in the moment. So that was the thought process. Some good usages: symphony, Toastmaster Mamta. You can't judge the capability without sailing the boat, Toastmaster Pallavi. And scintillating, Toastmaster Pratibho. Some rhetorical devices: aporia, which is basically an expression of doubt. Strange, not so strange, used by Toastmaster Bindu Joseph. Rule of three: truth, logic, humor, Toastmaster Mamta. Customer, product, and illusion, Toastmaster Aisha. Thinking, fun, and laughs, Toastmaster Pratibho. Metaphor: if communication is the symphony, I am the flute, Toastmaster Mamta. Anaphora, which means repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses or sentences. Very authentic, very genuine, used by Toastmaster Priya. I do have some recommendations in today's meeting. Instead of very fun, we can say it was a lot of fun. You are confident and courage is incorrect. You are confident and courageous. Some pronunciation mistakes that I noticed: it's not scintillating, it's scintillating. It's not demeanor, it's demeanor. And it's not encouragement, it's encouragement. That was my report, and I'll share both of them in the chat. Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gauri, for that very quick and short and detailed report. Since our timer is back, Toastmaster Chaitra, only one question I have towards you is anyone disqualified? Did anyone go over the time or was there any disqualifications?
No,
No.
everybody
Oh,
qualified.
all right. All right then. Thank you. So before I go to our listener, let me just give a wrap up of the entire how the meeting went. Starting with our Sergeant at Arms. As always, we are a club which is always dedicated towards time management, and we start off on bang 7:30 p.m. IST. One of the thing which I do have one recommendation to our sergeant at arms is as time goes on, like it's better that you don't read out of the script and just speak out of it naturally. That's one recommendation to our sergeant at arms. But overall, a job well done to Toastmaster Isha. A good round of applause. And coming to a presiding officer, Toastmaster Samita. As always, like whenever Toastmaster Samita speaks, it's always full of energy. You can feel that vibration, even though it's a virtual meeting. That's something which I felt even today's meeting as well. Uh, Also, one of the things which I liked is that she gave the flowers to our new XCOM team members and told us who all the new members are. That's a good reminder for all of us who are not there in the past meetings. That's a kudos, good job done. And also, you explained to us what Toastmasters is about. That's also a job well done. Only one recommendation is that since you did explain the XCOM, I believe you could have just given a short sentence of what each role meant. So if there are any guests or any new people, so they would know what we are speaking about. Since we are all Toastmasters, we kind of understand what's going on. But for the new people, that would be a good start off. So again, thanks a lot. A good job for being the presiding officer. And again, our Toastmaster of Day is also our presiding officer. It was a smooth transition, I'll tell you that. When you transition from the presiding officer to Toastmaster Day, there was no pause and all that. It felt very natural to you. Also, is that another thing which I really loved is your engagement with the audience. The times when you felt that the meeting was going on the low, you made sure that we were back on track. So that was a very good job. Well done. Just one quick thing, and also, sorry, one more thing which I really liked is that we kept it on time. Something which I really love about the new meeting structure and how it's going on. We're keeping bang on time, and we are following that. I love it. Just one thing, since today's theme was, I believe it is speak, support, and shine. And initially, when he started like explaining what Toastmaster roles are, even I got confused. So I would say that next time, if it's something theme that's related to Toastmaster itself, it's like a canon. Let's just give a little bit of a kind of a brief on what the meeting is going to be. But apart from that, I loved you being the Toastmaster of the day. I loved it. Thank you and good job being the Toastmaster of the day as well, wearing the two caps of the meeting. Now let me go to a timer. So a timer is very energetic person. I can see that even though she's a timer, she's still at the screen. Like whenever the speaker was there, that's one thing. Like we can see a timer, just not the card's color itself. You gave a very good description. You show the color cards. You did everything. Your job well done. Just one thing is that if you could in the future, like some speakers do prefer just seeing just the background color itself. So if you could just work on the technicality of that,
I
rest
just
all.
didn't know how to do that.
Yeah, you could just do before you start the meeting, you can just kind of join 5-10 minutes earlier and do that. Usually, what I do is you can just cover it with a piece of cloth or anything. That usually works for me. See what works well for you as well. But apart from that, good job being the timer. Please give a round of applause for timer. Thank you. And let me go on. So since and coming to a language evaluator as well, s- I believe like, but let me just go through it again. Thank you, Toastmaster Gauri, for picking up this role at the last moment. So the meeting went seamless, and as usual, you gave a detailed report. You didn't miss out most of things. Everything was captured, and you also made sure it's crisp and on point in time. Uh, so this is what I overall felt for our uh, overall which I felt how the meeting went. In general, there are a couple of points which I loved and I kind of disliked. Let me start with the ones that I really loved. I really love our new meeting is we are making sure we are on time. I know I'm just 2 minutes away from my usual schedule, but I'll be back. The second thing is the new structure of the meetings as well, the new table topics and all that. And oh yeah, sorry, yeah, and but the other couple of things which I feel like as our as a meeting or as a Toastmasters club we can do is that first thing starting is there are certain areas where I felt that the meeting got too choppy. One of the things which I love about our Toastmasters club is that we do a lot of difficult things in a very ease of manner. That's where the expertise I come. I feel like when I'm able to do certain things seamless, but today I felt there was a lot of jitter. There's one more thing which I would really like to point out is that I see that a lot of conversations going on the chat. For example, that's something which I do encourage for, but let's also be mindful like when someone is speaking or giving an evaluation that we do focus on it. Because if it was an offline meeting and how would we feel if we are giving speech and someone in the audience is talking amongst themselves? So that's one thing which I would be, or at least let's wait for somebody to finish up and we can talk on the break or everything. That's one thing which let's keep it on. While I don't believing in monitoring things, but let's just be more mindful on this and have respect towards the speakers and evaluators when they're on stage. Apart from that, another thing is that I also like the new way the table topics has been done. Loved it. It's a new thing. It's giving us all the opportunities. Talking about that, I'm very sorry that I missed out a table topics master. I'll just give the final my word of what I felt to a table topic master before I wrap it up. Uh, I believe our table topic master has left, but okay, still. I like that his topics was very speakable, like in the sense that it was not too complicated at all. Most of us could speak and everything. And the second thing is that again he was pretty much spot on time. Like even when he knew when to finish and all that. Just a couple of recommendations to our table topic masters that next time when we do pick our table topic speakers, a good rule of thumb is that we have to choose a non-role members or guests. Mainly guests we can focus on, so they give more opportunity and they know what Toastmasters is about. So that's one thing. And the second thing is that please take control over the session. If you're the table topic master, please be aware of who we can pick and who we can't pick. So those are two things I like to give to a table topic master. And before I wrap it up, I would like to give the stage back to a listener. Sorry, Toastmaster Sachin. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, G, Toastmaster Rahul, and hope everyone is ready for a listening test. And some rules, it will be a multiple choice question, and please answer only after hearing all the questions. Please don't answer in between. The first question is, who is the new secretary of our excom? DTM Saurabh, DTM Nancy, Toastmaster Rahul, or Toastmaster Swati?
Toastmaster Swati.
Correct. Next question, Toastmaster Mamta's friend asked one question. Be honest, how do I cook? Or be honest, how do I look? Which is the right option?
How do I look?
Super. Question number 3, Toastmaster Ayesha Siddiqui spoke about famous song of Rihanna. What was the song? Diamond in the water, diamond in the earth, diamond in the mine, or diamond in the sky?
Diamond in the sky.
Perfect, perfect. Question number 4, Toastmaster Elios, TTM Elios, spoke about follow your instinct, follow your luck, follow your mentor, or follow your dream.
Follow your dream.
Wow, that's great. Timer, just let me know when I have to stop. Toastmaster Swati mentioned about Jim Carrey's movie. What was the name of the movie? Yes, kid. Yes, uncle. Yes, woman. Or yes, man.
Yes, man.
Wow, that's right, Toastmaster Priya.
Toastmaster Sachin, I think we will wrap it up after one more question. I think.
Yeah, sure. Toastmaster Bindu spoke about the possibility of which meeting in COVID? Was it a MS Teams meeting, Google meeting, WhatsApp meeting, or Zoom meeting?
Zoom meeting.
Zoom.
Perfect. And I must say that everyone is a very active listener here. With this, I hand over the virtual stage to G Toastmaster now.
Thank you. Can we please have a round of applause for listener? You definitely tested our listening skills, and most of us were able to answer your questions. Thank you. And with this, I would like to hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our general evaluator, for evaluating the session and giving such important feedbacks for us to work upon. Let us hear it for our general evaluator. I have been talking about what's new in the Toastmasters pathway, what we need to do. Now, I have been speaking about the Successful Club series, the Leadership Excellence series, the speaker role that you have to pick up, and all the other roles that you have to pick up in order to complete one level. Previously, it was only the speeches. Now, these things have been added. So, what is the logical next step? Can anyone tell me? What should we do so that we complete all these steps that have been given to us, all these roles that have been given to us? Yes, can anyone answer? What should we do? First thing first, we need to know who is our Vice President Education, because she is the one who fills in the roster. So keep that in mind. It is Toastmaster Renu. Now, after knowing what you need to do next is that every time there is a meeting, you please connect with her before a week or 2 weeks before the meeting. You know you have some free time. You know the meeting is scheduled on this date. You put in a word that I am ready for this role. So pick up the role before someone can come and someone can ask you, are you willing to do this role or do you want to pick up this role? You be proactive, go ahead and book your time slot. Not 1 week, 2 week. You can book it one whole month in advance. And you will see that you will be getting all these roles done easily and your levels will be completed within no time. And of course, the end result, why we have come to the Toastmasters, we have to first become good speakers, then active listeners, and we have to help others. And that is what will happen when we connect with our VP education. That's what it is all about. Now, as a Toastmaster of the day, I will be removing my hat and put on my PO hat right now. So we are almost to the end of the meeting. I do not see any guest today in the meeting. So, okay, then let me ask Aisha, how did you feel give Toastmaster Aisha, how did you feel the first speech? Your thoughts.
First of all, I'd like to thank for giving me the platform to speak here. And the speech, when I speak, I feel very confident, and I used to connect with a lot of audience. Though, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We are waiting to hear your next speech. Yes. So now we have only one thing, in a Toastmasters meeting, we would love to shine. We want to become a better speaker. But once that is over, what we do next, we help others to shine. And that is where we help others by giving evaluations. We help others even by mentoring. We help others so that, by helping others, we shine and we help others shine too. And that's how a club grows. With that, we have come to the end of the meeting, but one most important thing is left, and that is our result. How did we do today? How did we fare? Now, since we had an ice-breaking speech, we will not be having a best speaker, but we will definitely be having a best role taker and auxiliary role takers. We will be having all those. Yes, I'm just waiting for the Jay. Are you doing Toastmaster Jay? Are
We have launched the
you have launched the poll? Can you send me the result of the polls?
Yeah, just a second. I'll message you.
Yes. Now, does anyone have to contribute anything? Yes, Noor Mohammed, Toastmaster Noor Mohammed, we have seen you after quite some time. And we always love you when you come and you give such wonderful, even in that 1 minute, we all were able to laugh and enjoy your table topic.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. I come for Saurav, my brother in arms, and I stay for all of you guys. Somehow you captivate all of me. And with my, uh, I enjoy being here. In fact, all of you are thorough with what you do, and you deliver your role with absolute sincerity and conviction, and that's the thing worthwhile. It's something that needs praise and appreciation, and each of you have done a fantastic job. It's like coming to a wedding and enjoying all the best things nice delicacies, and you enjoy all the stuff which is presented, but a lot of hard work goes behind the scenes. I'm sure all of you have done great work in making this meeting an absolute success. That's why you guys are GOAT. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So now coming back to our favorite TT speaker. Now we have teams, not a single person, but teams. The team which was the best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Noor, Saurav, Tatta, and Anand. This team has got the best table topic speaker. And then best role taker. Best role taker is, wait, first let's go with the best evaluator. Who is the best evaluator? Any guess? Yes, best evaluator is distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta. Yes, with his impeccable evaluation. Best auxiliary role taker today is none other than our Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal with language evaluation. And the best role player is none other than RGE Rahul. With that, this meeting comes to an end. Good night, and we meet again since it's Gabby on Saturday, 10 a.m. And the next meeting of GOAT is on Tuesday, 7:30. Till then, bye-bye. Good night. Take care.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.